Welcome to TruPowur, home of the most powerful marketing tools, training, and technology on planet Earth. Get ready to earn, enjoy, and experience more than you ever dreamed was possible. If you're tired of just getting by and ready to really thrive, then buckle in and listen up. Here's your host, Matt Fox.
Hello and welcome to TruPowur Academy and today's live training. I'm excited you're here because today's session is not just about business training. This is a mindset shift. And for many of you, this will be one of the most important breakthroughs you ever experience inside TruPowur. Before we talk about utility audits, suppliers, sales strategies, commissions, or building your book of business, we have to address the foundation of all success, your attitude, your mindset, and the way that you show up to the world every single day. The truth is, skills can be learned, scripts can be practiced, systems can be mastered, but none of it matters if the attitude behind your actions isn't aligned with success. Every top performer in this company and in any other business has one thing in common. They developed an attitude that empowers them instead of limiting them. Today's session is designed to help you understand and actually separate achievers from non-achievers. And I promise you, it's not what most people think. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not having the perfect timing or the perfect circumstance. Success is built on learning behaviors, having the attitude to choose the mindset you adopt and the way that you respond to different challenges and opportunities, fear and pressure. And here's the most empowering part. Every attitude of success can be learned by you and started today. This training will help you understand the truth behind what success really is, recognizing the attitudes that are holding you back, adopt traits that high achievers use every day, and walk out of here with completely new perspective on what's possible for your life and your business. My goal is simple. By the end of this training, I want you to feel more empowered, focused, and ready to take ownership of your future as a TruPowur broker or agent. Whether you're brand new or you've been with us for years, this session will meet you exactly where you are and help you elevate to where you want to be. So lock in, remove the distractions, be fully present, because this is more than a training. This is a transformation moment. So let's get started.
This presentation is about breaking down what truly separates people who achieve from those who don't. Contrary to what most people think, success isn't reserved for the lucky or the gifted. It isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. The reality is this: success has far more to do with learned attitudes, disciplined behaviors, and daily decisions than it does with natural born talent. Today, we're going to explore the real drivers behind personal and professional achievement. We'll uncover the mindsets that consistently show up in top performers, the habits that create momentum, and the attitudes that allow ordinary people to produce extraordinary results. And here's the best part: every one of these traits is learnable. Anyone, regardless of their background, education level, age, or current circumstances, can adopt the attitudes that lead to success. When you understand the patterns, success is no longer accidental or mysterious. It becomes predictable, repeatable, and achievable. This session will show you exactly how to align your mindset with your goals, how to eliminate the beliefs that hold you back, and how to apply the attitudes that can completely transform your trajectory. Let's dive in and unlock what truly drives lasting success. When most people imagine success, they picture qualities like confidence, dedication, focus, persistence, hard work, discipline, resilience, and leadership. These traits are often viewed as the magic ingredients, the special characteristics that successful people are simply born with. It creates the illusion that achievers operate on a different level because they possess something the rest of us don't. But here's the misconception: simply possessing these traits does not guarantee success. There are countless people who are confident but never follow through, people who work extremely hard but spin their wheels without progress, people who try to lead but never influence real results, people who are persistent but persistent in the wrong direction. So, if confidence alone isn't enough, if hard work alone isn't enough, if ambition alone isn't enough, then what actually creates success? What's missing? This is the question we must confront head on, because once you understand the missing ingredient, everything changes. You begin to see why some people rise and others stall. You begin to realize that success isn't just about who you are today, but about the internal operating system you choose to run your life and your business on. And unlocking that mindset is exactly what we're about to explore. This is where the truth comes in. Success is not determined by the traits you have, because plenty of unsuccessful people possess those very same traits. There are people who are confident but misguided, people who are dedicated but dedicated to the wrong things, people who work incredibly hard but apply their effort in ways that never move them forward. Confidence doesn't guarantee results. Dedication doesn't guarantee progress. Hard work doesn't guarantee payoff. If it did, everyone who tried hard would be successful, and we all know that's not how the real world works. So, what actually separates achievers from non achievers? It's the attitude behind the trait, it's the internal framework, the mindset that determines how you use confidence, how you apply dedication, and how you direct persistence. Two people can show up with the exact same qualities on paper: same confidence, same work ethic, same level of experience, same desire to win, yet one rises while the other stalls. Why? Because one person's attitude amplifies their traits, while the other person's attitude cancels them out. Attitude determines interpretation. Attitude determines response. Attitude determines consistency. Attitude determines whether your traits work for you or against you. That's why attitude is the true difference maker. It's not just what you have that matters, it's the mindset behind it that shapes every outcome you'll ever produce. This is one of the most empowering truths you will ever learn. Every single trait associated with success can be learned. There is nothing exclusive, elite, or predetermined about the qualities that high achievers possess. They are not born with an advantage that the rest of us can't access. Confidence, you can build it, not by waiting for it to show up, but by taking action even when you're unsure. Confidence is the natural byproduct of doing things you once thought you couldn't do. Enthusiasm, you can practice it. It's not a personality trait, it's a choice. It's something you train into your daily behavior until it becomes a natural part of how you show up. Risk taking, that's a skill. People aren't born brave. Courage grows with repeated exposure. The more you step into uncertainty, the easier it becomes to handle. Risk tolerance is a muscle. Work it, and it strengthens. Motivation, that's not something you magically have, it's something you generate. Motivation is the outcome of discipline, not the requirement for it. When you show up consistently, even on days you don't feel like it, motivation begins to rise. Discipline creates the spark. Momentum fuels the fire. Here's the truth: No one entered this world with a success advantage. No one came preloaded with grit, confidence, resilience, drive, or ambition. Everything that makes a person successful is developed, not inherited. So the real question isn't, was I born with the traits that guarantee success? Because no one was. The real question is, am I willing to learn, develop, and strengthen the traits that lead to success? If the answer is yes, then your future is limitless because you're no longer depending on what you were born with. You're building yourself into who you choose to become. One of the fastest paths to building a success mindset is to act as if, to behave in alignment with the person you want to become before you feel ready or qualified. This isn't pretending, it's training your mind to adopt a new identity. If you don't have confidence, act confident. Stand taller, speak clearly, make decisions with intention. If you struggle with dedication, behave as a dedicated person would. Show up on time, follow through, keep your commitments even when it's inconvenient. When you repeat these behaviors consistently, your brain begins to adapt. Neural pathways strengthen, habits shift, and within weeks, your actions start creating a new internal identity. You literally become what you rehearse. By embodying the traits you want, you teach your mind to see those behaviors as normal, natural, and expected. Acting as if is one of the most powerful shortcuts to becoming the version of yourself capable of achieving the success you desire. Every success trait ultimately connects back to one core element: attitude. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's an attitude you choose to step into. Focus isn't a talent, it's an attitude you decide to adopt, directing your attention toward what matters and ignoring what doesn't. Enthusiasm isn't accidental, it's an attitude you intentionally express and project into everything you do. Ethics isn't a rule, it's an attitude you maintain, especially when no one is watching, because it defines who you are. Action isn't just movement, it's an attitude you embody daily, choosing progress over excuses. When you understand that every success trait is rooted in attitude, you realize that success isn't random, mysterious, or reserved for a rare few. It's the predictable result of choosing empowering attitudes consistently and letting those attitudes shape your behavior, your habits, and eventually your outcomes. A major breakthrough happens when you finally understand that you control how you respond to everything around you. People often say, he made me mad, or she drives me crazy, but that's not how emotions truly work. Others may trigger a feeling, but they cannot control your attitude or your reaction unless you hand them that power. Once you learn to stay in charge of your response, your mindset, your tone, your focus, life becomes dramatically simpler. You stop being reactive and start being intentional. Don't have confidence? You can choose the attitude of confidence and act from it. Feeling unsure? You can choose the attitude of calm, clarity, or determination. This is the foundation of personal transformation, realizing that who you become is shaped by the attitude you choose, not the circumstances you face. You can literally walk out of here today and begin becoming anyone you want to be. These three slides represent a personal transformation many of us can relate to. Before, you may be struggling, broke, discouraged, overwhelmed, or feeling like life just isn't giving you the break you deserve. Maybe you're waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for someone to notice your potential, or waiting for circumstances to magically improve. Many people stay stuck here because they keep waiting instead of adapting. The lesson: everything changed the moment someone taught me a powerful truth. Success isn't about luck, talent, or timing. It's about aligning your attitudes with what the world actually rewards. The world doesn't adjust to our expectations, moods, or frustrations. The world isn't going to change for us. We must change ourselves to match the realities of the world. When you adopt the attitudes that the world responds to: initiative, discipline, resilience, optimism, doors begin to open that were previously invisible. After Once I embraced the attitudes required for success, the results naturally followed. Not because I suddenly became more talented or smarter, and not because my circumstances magically improved, but because I finally aligned my mindset with what reality rewards. When your attitudes match what the world values, your actions become effective, your confidence grows, and opportunities begin to appear. The world was here long before us and will remain long after us. It doesn't bend to our wishes or frustrations. To win, we must adapt because the world always rewards those who align with its realities. These are four simple attitudes anyone can choose starting today. No experience required, no special talent needed. Happiness isn't something that happens to you, it's an attitude you choose. Happy people face setbacks, disappointments, and obstacles just like everyone else, but they decide how they interpret those moments. They choose gratitude over frustration, hope over discouragement, and perspective over panic. Happiness is a practiced mindset, not a perfect life. Likable. Being likable is not about being a certain personality type, it's a daily decision about how you treat people. Likable people listen well, show respect, and bring positive energy into their interactions. They make others feel seen and valued. This is an attitude that attracts opportunities, relationships, and support. Professional. Professionalism is far more than a job title. It's an attitude of excellence, reliability, and pride in how you show up. It means doing what you say you'll do, honoring commitments, and representing yourself and your business with integrity. Anyone can choose professionalism, and the world rewards those who do. Non complaining. Winners refuse to waste energy on whining, blaming, or dwelling on what they cannot control. They channel that energy into solutions, improvement, and forward motion. A non complaining attitude creates clarity, momentum, and resilience. These may seem like small shifts, but they create enormous outcomes. When you adopt these attitudes consistently, they change how people respond to you, how opportunities show up, and how quickly you rise. Fear is a natural and unavoidable part of life. Feeling scared doesn't mean you're weak or unprepared. It usually means you're standing at the edge of something meaningful. Every major moment in life carries a degree of fear. Your first skydive, your first business, your first big investment, your first leadership role, anything that stretches you will trigger nerves, doubt, and hesitation. Fear isn't a sign that something is wrong. It's a sign that something important is happening. If you're never scared, it simply means you're not pushing your limits, not challenging your comfort zone, and not growing into the next version of yourself. Fear has one purpose: to get your attention. It's your mind saying, "This matters." Be present, be alert, be intentional. But it doesn't mean stop. It doesn't mean retreat. It doesn't mean run away. The people who achieve extraordinary results aren't fearless. They're just willing to move forward despite the fear. They understand that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's taking action while fear is still in the room. If you can learn to advance even when you're scared, you will unlock doors that most people never touch because most people stop the moment fear shows up. But if you keep going, fear becomes fuel. And those moments of uncertainty often lead to the greatest opportunities of your life. It doesn't matter who you were when you started this journey. What truly matters is who you decide to become from this moment forward. Your past mistakes, your old habits, your former limitations, they do not define your future unless you choose to carry them with you. Every successful person you admire has a past, but they refuse to let it dictate their destiny. Right now, today, you can walk out of this room with more confidence, more focus, more enthusiasm, and more persistence than you've ever expressed in your life. No matter where you started, you can decide to think differently, show up differently, and act with a new level of clarity and purpose. You don't need permission. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need a decision. Success is not about your history. It's about your habits. It's not about your past. It's about your attitude from this point forward. It's about the choices you make today, tomorrow, and every day after that. Your future will not be shaped by who you were. It will be shaped by who you choose to become. And you can choose greatness, confidence, discipline, and growth starting right now.
The core message of this entire presentation is simple. If you model your attitude, habits, and mindset of successful people to put yourself in an unstoppable path to success, success becomes predictable, not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. It's not about what you do, it's about how you think. It's about how you interpret challenges, how you respond to adversity. How do you choose to show up every single day? Your mindset is your greatest tool or your greatest enemy, and the choice is yours. No matter what happened before today, your past, your failures, your fears, your excuses, none of that has a power to define your future unless you allow it to. This moment right now can be your reset point. This can be the day that you draw the line in the sand and decide from this moment forward, I operate at a higher level. You can shift your mindset, you can elevate your standards, you can choose a new attitude, and you can begin modeling the exact behaviors of top performers that they live by, because everyone has a choice of the attitude that is available to you. So embrace the journey, lean into growth, stay hungry, stay focused, stay resilient, because success doesn't come to the most talented. It comes to the ones that are most committed. And above all, have fun storming the castle. Why? Because the castle represents the big goals, the big obstacles, the big challenges, standing between you and life and what you want. Most people stand outside the gate, staring up at the wall, telling themselves that the castle is too fortified, too guarded, too impossible to break into. But not you, not anymore. When you storm the castle, you stop waiting for permission. When you stop hoping for conditions to be perfect, you stop tiptoeing through life. You choose courage over comfort, action over hesitation, and momentum over fear. Storming the castle means taking charge, moving forward, even when you feel scared. It means pushing through resistance, outgrowth, old behaviors, and refusing to retreat. It means attacking your future with everything that you got, because you finally understand one truth. Everything you want sits on the side of the castle, on the other side of the castle wall. So go after it, kick the drawbridge down, run towards the opportunity, not away from it, and do it with enthusiasm, passion, humor, and heart. Your breakthrough isn't behind you, it's ahead of you. It's through the gates and it's waiting inside the castle. And that moment you decide to storm it, everything in your life will begin to change. So have a great week and have fun storming the castle. Bye now.